and I worked 4 summers in a Firestone tire factory. I generally worked the night shift, 11 to 7, and one night my hands were busy at something, and a co-worker came by and he dropped a cigar in my shirt pocket. Well, good morning, dear ones, and thank you for joining us again today. Our title today is Provision and Protection. And let's start off with this verse from Proverbs chapter 22. The prudent sees the danger and hides himself, but the simple go on and suffer for it. Well, to tie that kind of in, I go back to my college days, and I worked 4 summers in a Firestone tire factory. I generally worked the night shift, 11 to 7, and one night my hands were busy at something, and a co-worker came by and he dropped a cigar in my shirt pocket. And I said, "What's the occasion?" He said, "My wife had a baby boy." And I said, "Well, good for you. Congratulations." Well, you know what? I had never taken a puff of anything in my whole life. Or I was 19 or 20 years old, whatever it was. And I'm still working, and all through the rest of the night I'm smelling that cigar, and it's smelling really sweet. And I made up my mind, on the way home, I'm going to try to smoke this thing. So, anyway, 6:45 rolls around, I'm filling out my time card, and the guy across the table from me says, "What's up with the cigar?" I said, "Oh, so-and-so's wife had a baby." And I noticed he was looking at the cigar rather longingly. So on a whim, I said, "Would you like it?" And he said, "I sure would." And I said, "There you go." That was it. Well, that was the Lord's provision for me as we talk about provision and protection. Let's read a precious verse that should be very meaningful to us from 1 Corinthians chapter 10. It says this: "No temptation has overtaken you, but that is common to man, that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will provide a way of escape, that you may be able to endure it." Well, dear ones, that guy across the table was God's provision of a way of escape. And with temptation, he promises here, he will always provide a way of escape. The question is, will we take it? He is faithful to his word. And so when temptations come, and they come, oftentimes many times a day, do we look for the way out? Do we look for the exit sign above the door and run for that door and get out? That's what we should do. Because if we don't, we'll be like the second part of our first verse that said, the simple go on and suffer for it. Oh, dear ones, let's be like the prudent man who sees the danger and hides himself. Well, I trust there's been something for you today with this. And if you know somebody who could benefit from this particular lesson, this meditation, please share it with them. We thank you for those of you who do share it. And maybe who you share it with might feel free to share it with somebody else. We want God's word to get out and God's word to bless people. So thank you for those who share. Continue to do so. And until we see you again next time, the Lord richly bless and keep you. And until then, so long. Bye-bye.